Oh, Thanksgiving. The lovely time of the year when you spend with your friends and family talking about how grateful you are and how much you love them. Then waiting outside at 4 a.m. in the freezing cold a couple of hours later so you can snag a couple dollars off that 50-inch flat screen TV. Oh, wait! You don't like doing that either? Don't you just hate waiting in line? Hate interacting with people but still want those good deals and coupons? I got you as always. Honey is a free shopping tool that automatically searches the internet for the best promo codes every time you buy something online. I used it while shopping at PacSun so I don't look like I've spent the last month in my pajamas working on animations. Now I can look like a normal human being for the holidays while saving $17.98. So if you want to avoid those crazy lines and just prefer shopping online while saving some cash, just go to joinhoney.com/CypherDen. It's completely free and it takes 2 clicks to install. Again, just go to joinhoney.com/CypherDen. Thanks to Honey for sponsoring this video. I didn't grow up in the best neighborhood because technically a good chunk of my life I grew up in New York City. Not Manhattan, but one of the 5 boroughs. Literally, on the first night that my family moved into our apartment, someone tried to break in. They failed, but on the second night, someone tried to break in again. Not sure if it's the same person or not, but our basement door was wide open. I'd like to believe that it was my booby traps that stopped said robber. Cause I got spooked the first night, so before going to bed, I put a skateboard, a bookshelf, and a bunch of Legos in front of the door. I was gonna put a bucket of hot water on top of the door, but supposedly that was a bad idea. Maybe they saw that and went, yeah, nope, I ain't about to get home alone up in here. So yeah, not the best neighborhood. I also think my neighbor was wanted for something. The cops would drop by every week asking if we've seen him or not. I don't know, they were just looking for him all the time. Anyways, New York is such a funny place to live in. If you've lived here long enough, you'd know there's a bunch of crazies around every corner. I've seen practically everything, from Elmo and Cookie Monster getting empanadas to a random guy taking a massive dump in between train cars, above ground, in public, and then throwing all his used tissues on the subway chairs. You nasty? I'm pretty sure someone below got hit in the face with human doo-doo. Flying human turd. Can you imagine being 5 years old, walking in the streets, and you get hit in the face with human feces? But that's just New York. Timberlands and human doo-doo flying in the air. Good times, good times. My parents are overprotective. I mean, who wouldn't be if human turd is just dropping from the skies? And in high school, I wasn't really allowed to go out. Our door legit had around 7 locks on them, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't to keep people out, more so to keep people in. Like, Dad, why did the locks have number combinations? They were on sale. Usually I go to school, and once I get back home, I can't really step back to the outside world until the following day to go back to school. So, being the rebel child that I am, I decided I'm going to come home 10 minutes later than usual. In all honesty, I just wanted to walk around because it was raining. Maybe I'm weird, but I like it when it rains. There was no one in the streets since it was drizzling. But after walking for a while, I passed by this guy and for a quick second, we looked at each other. Okay, random person passing by, whatever, no big deal. But I've also lived in New York for a while now at this point, and I've developed a habit that's stuck by me to this very day, which is always looking behind you to avoid getting robbed and or mugged. I don't know what it is about me and how I managed to get myself into these situations, but it's not like I want to get in these situations in the first place. But here we are. This guy turned a full 360 and is now following me. A part of me also gave him the benefit of a doubt. Maybe he got lost and we're just somehow going the same direction. So brilliant little me thought, okay, so if I go down this block, cross this street, then go back the same direction as I came from before, and he's still following me, that means I'm probably in danger. So I crossed the street and technically doubled back, and this guy is still following me. Oh geez, why didn't I just go straight home? How do I get myself in these situations? He kept following me, but I did my best to keep a good distance, walking faster if he was catching up and making sure he couldn't grab me at any point. I couldn't go straight home, that would be dumb. This guy can literally follow me home and he'll know exactly where I live. There's also a good chance that he can attack me while I'm trying to get through the door. And then he can get in the apartment and my sisters might be home. So I just kept walking. I get it. I was probably 14 at the time. Small Asian girl walking in the rain, alone, easy target. It really wouldn't make sense for this guy to try to rob me because I was 14. What can I possibly have that's worth taking other than my school MetroCard? This is the point where he knew that I knew that something was wrong. So every time I looked back, he'd start smiling at me in a really creepy, flirty, disgusting way. And as much as I'd love to scream bloody murder and cuss this pedophile out, I had to be strategic for my own damn safety. This guy never took his hands out of his pockets. He can be carrying a weapon. Don't get close. How long will the cops take if I call them? Not fast enough. Should I run? What if he catches me? I can kick him and run. But that means I'm gonna have to get close. Crap. What do I do? And before I could think of what to do, I felt a hand on my shoulder. I've never been so terrified in my life. But with all that fear, everything my dad ever taught me about self-defense came back. All those times my dad forced me to watch Jason Bourne and made me practice all his moves. That's how me and my dad bonded. Don't question it. But all those things that he taught me, as much as I hated it, it all came back. And all I knew was I moved my hands and I was able to break his hold from my shoulders. I'd like to say that I destroyed this guy and spirit bombed him out of extinction, but he was there. He stared at me in confusion like I wasn't supposed to be able to do that. Bruh, you got problems. That ain't happening. Not here, not now, not me. I stared at him for a second, then I hauled ass. My inner Jason Bourne did not kick in at all. I got out of there as fast as possible. I've never ran so damn fast in my life. This guy was trying to catch up, and my lungs are garbage, so I knew for a fact that I couldn't run for a long time. I can run for a minute max before I start hyperventilating on the floor. As I was running, I saw a Spanish family walking down the streets, and I bolted towards them. I yelled, "Mom! Dad!" and I hid right behind them. The man following me slowed down and he looked at me acting like nothing happened. He walked past me and my pretend family and he kept looking back. The family didn't really speak English, so I'm pretty sure they had no idea that they just saved my life. I stayed with the family for a while until I went to a random McDonald's because there'd be a lot of people there, also because they had really good fries. I spent half an hour there just to make sure that the guy wasn't lurking around, also because I just wanted fries. So yeah, that's how a random guy tried to follow me home and how Matt Damon somehow saved my life. Thanks, Matt Damon. Hey guys, so I've been working on a bunch of super secret stuff that I'm probably not allowed to talk about yet. So I'm here to tell you that I'm working on a bunch of super secret stuff and I'm not allowed to talk about it. And maybe, just maybe, I dropped a couple of hints throughout the video so you can find out about super secret stuff. If you guys like that video, make sure you hit that like button. It makes me fart glitter. And if you don't subscribe, you might just get hit in the face with human doo-doo. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye-bye!